Okay, everyone, this is the November 12th, Your Time to Shine and Wild Impact team call. For those of us who did not hit Success Club, we will be hitting it next month, right? I hope so. That's what we're working towards. As long as we're doing all of our vital behaviors, we might have some ups and downs, but in the big picture, that your business will get strong. So anyhow, tonight the topic is Google Chrome and how to utilize Google Forms and the Google Calendar to organize yourself in the business. So I'm going to do my best through screen share to walk you through. If you're familiar with Google Chrome, please bear with me. I'm just going to treat this as if you don't know how to use the Google programs other than to use it as a search engine. So let me screen share. Can you guys give me a thumbs up if you could see my screen? Oh, wait, hold on. It didn't go yet. Okay, you should see it now. Thumbs up. Do you see my screen? Okay. So this is obviously Google to start with, but if you see up in the browser at the top, it's not just google.com. I have downloaded what's called Google Chrome. It is just like if you were doing Firefox or something along those lines. You can download Google Chrome to your computer and utilize it as your browser. I've been using it now for like 5-6 years, and I love it more than any of the other browsers and have very little problems with viruses and stuff. So what I'm going to start with is I'm going to kind of just show you where things are when you first open up Google. Obviously, you see your little search engine right here. But what we're mostly going to utilize is these 9 boxes over here. So if you had a Gmail account right there, you would get to your Gmail. If you have Google Chrome hooked up and you have a Google account, you can actually connect it to your phone and automatically upload your photos. And this is where you would find that your photos that you load, which is images. It's pretty cool because mine back straight up to my Google account, and so I don't have to worry about if for some reason I lose something or something happens to my phone. All the pictures that I take and videos get uploaded at least once a day automatically to Google as well. So they're already in my Google account. But these 9 boxes is kind of where all the applications that you can use are. So I'm going to click on them and show you. So you have your maps, your YouTube little app here. There's a calendar, which I'm going to start with. And then your Google Drive, which is where I'm going to go to and really show you some things to do today. So the Google Calendar here, I'm going to open that up. What we did was we created a Wild Impact calendar. So let me actually click off of Wild Impact, or no, my own calendar. So you can see that this has, all right, I'm missing Wild Impact. Hold on a second. I have logged into Wild Impact and have connected it. So if you see up here, our sneak peek is there. It says Veterans Day, anything that's going to be happening, meetings and stuff. If you look down here, our Zoom call is put on here. So I have my calendar through Google connected to the Wild Impact calendar. So I actually get reminders straight to my phone because I have the Google Chrome app downloaded to my phone as well. And like this morning, Monday morning, sneak peek just popped up as a reminder that it was happening today. The Zoom call popped up that it was happening today on my phone as a reminder. So that's a really good tool. The other thing that I do is I utilize it to remind me of when I need to make my posts, my morning posts and stuff. And if you can see, I have it scheduled out in here in different colors. This is my day job. I work at Seymour High School. So I have that blocked out. In the morning, I try to every morning post something on my one, if not all of my social media sites. And the 6:30 to 7:30 just pops up on my phone as well and reminds me to do it in case I'm involved in something else. And then I have here like my family stuff, kids stuff, my daughter's gymnastics classes. I have to add hockey actually because hockey should be on there now. But bedtime, I kind of map everything out. Power hour, you see, all on the computer utilizing different colors and stuff. So that's just something simple. You know, you don't have to use that, but if you do like Google or if you get into Google, I wanted to let you know that our Wild Impact is through Google and you can log in and put it on your own computer as well, so you know when things are coming up. So I'm going to go back now to these 9 little boxes and I'm going to click on Google Drive. So in Google Drive, it can do several things. It counts as a hard drive for you, but it's really not on your computer. All of the things that you save get saved into Google. So you see here, like I said, I have pictures. I have other documents that I can save, and I can save documents that are not even supported by the Google apps that are here. So if I have an Excel document, I can still upload the Excel document to Google and utilize it as Excel, but save it to my Google Drive. So a couple of good things about saving files to your Google Drive is, one, you can utilize it everywhere. It's not on your hard drive for your computer. You don't have to take a thumb drive around. I do stuff at work and I do stuff at home, and I can go back and forth and open it either place. The other thing that's really good about utilizing the Google Drive, my team and I actually did it a couple months ago. We were trying to create a couple of things that we wanted to share with our coaches and some of our customers on a smaller level than Wild Impact. And what we did was we created a document in Google Drive. And if you see over here where it says shared with me, we shared it with everybody on our team, the leaders on our smaller team, and we all could add stuff to it. We could add pieces to it. So I could be working on something and one of my coaches, Erin, could be working on the same document at her home, and we didn't have to be together to kind of collaborate. So that's a really good tool there, and that's in this shared with me portion. And I will show you how to do that when I get into showing you how to use a form. Does anybody have any questions just quickly with what we're doing so far? If so, just raise your hand. Go ahead, Marcy, unmute yourself.
Can you make sub files for like for inspirational quotes? I have a sub file on my L drive at work, or if it's business related, I have another sub file. How do you make sub files in Google Chrome?
Okay. So see how I have here where it says Google Photos, Pictures, PBIS, that's actually my day job file. So if I was to open up, I have my Beachbody little file here, and if I open that up, you'll see that I have all Beachbody related files in there. So you can make folders the same way. And how you do that is this new button. The new button is how you start anything new. So you click on new, and you could actually upload an entire folder or file from your hard drive if you wanted to. It makes it really easy, or from a thumb drive. But if you want to just create a new folder, you're just going to click there and start a folder so that you can reorganize things.
Awesome. Thank you.
So if you just want to remute, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you in my file some of the things that I use what's called Google Forms for, and then I will walk you through how to use a Google form, which is really what I think is the most valuable tool in Google as far as Beachbody is concerned. So I've used Google Forms in different ways. I will use it as a form for like an application form. So if I'm trying to get information from people who are interested in challenge groups, who have not necessarily bought a program yet, and I want to be able to connect with them a little bit better before we have our actual call to talk more about it. I gather information that way. When I start a challenge group, I like to gather stuff like weight and measurements and sometimes if they're comfortable with it, photos and I do it through Google Form as well. And sometimes as well, it's something new that I've been working on with some of my coaches too, just to kind of keep ongoing weekly information. I do that as well. So I'm just going to show you a couple of the forms that I've actually been using and then how you can use the response part of it. So when you make a Google form, like I have here for Diamond Weigh-In, I'm going to click on it. And this is where I actually created the form. It says weigh-in. This was just a simple one where we asked for name, weight, their goal for the week, and then if they met their goal or not. Because the challengers in this group, that's what they were looking at was their weight. I wanted them to set a goal for the week, and I wanted them to be able to measure whether or not they met it on a weekly thing. So this form is an ongoing form that is in one of my challenge groups that every week I repost to the top. Or if somebody beats me to it, they bump it to the top and they all fill it out. And they all also have access to the responses so that they can look at their progress as well. So this is what it looks like when you're creating it. If I click on live form, this is what my challengers will see when they're filling it out. So they will fill this out. If you see that I have stars here, it's for what I required them to fill out. And then these two here were not a requirement. This was if they chose to, and actually everybody chose to do it. Then they would submit their answer. And after you hit submit, it gives opportunity for somebody else to fill it out as well. So if you now want to look at what your responses are or be able to follow up with your challengers, you would go to view responses. This is one way of looking at it, and it will show me the responses. Now I changed the names in here to A, B, C, D since this is being recorded because I wanted to keep some confidentiality with people's stuff. But as you can see, I sorted this as if you would do an Excel document so that Challenger A, they only did it once and unfortunately they fell off. But Challenger B, every week that she checked in, I was able to put hers together. So what I would do with this is I would have them fill it out each week. And the day after they all fill it out, I would highlight the whole thing. I'd go into data. I'd go to sort range. And then I would click sort by column B, not A, because I want it by the name. And then after that, I did column A. And it sorted everybody so that they were next to each other and it's in their week to week. So you can see here where Challenger B wrote their starting weight. They wanted to lose a pound. They didn't get there. The next week, they wrote it again, and they did. So it's just kind of a way for them to check progress. Setting goals is really good, but if you're not seeing where you're going, you don't have the time to kind of evaluate whether or not what you were doing to reach that goal was helpful or not. And this is kind of how I did. I gave access to all of them. It was something that we all came to an agreement on, that we would be comfortable with everybody seeing it. You can do that or not. In this group, it was a tight group of people, and everybody who got did the weigh-in was willing to share. It kind of helped everybody be extra accountable. So I'm going to close this. If I can get up. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to take you back to the actual file part. So this was when we went to my drive and you looked at Diamond Weigh-In, and then we looked at the responses from there. However, every time you create a Google form, it automatically makes a response file as well. So if I didn't want to go through the form to find my responses, I would just click right on this and I would get the same exact information that you just saw. It's just another way of looking at it. All right. I'm going to show you one other way, or one other form that I've used. And this is something that I would post when I am putting up a global invite on my Facebook page to a challenge group. I would then put this as an application link, and that goes into the sharing. So for this challenge group, it was a P90X challenge group that we did. This is what it looked like. And pretty much I explained to the group, or the people who were choosing to fill out the form, what they would be doing, what my point of having this for, since they showed the interest in being part of my P90X. And then I utilized it to gather some information so that I could best help them in reaching their goals. So obviously name, age, their current fitness level, their current, how they kind of characterize their nutrition, if they were looking to lose weight, what they were looking to lose. And then I put a little narrative box here where it was, please describe what efforts you've tried in the past to get fit that were successful or unsuccessful. Just information that would help me kind of continue to work with them and talk to them as they enter my challenge group. I put in the, will you commit to 30 minutes a day of exercise, because our programs, and the P90X3 is a 30-minute program. Dedicate each day to planning your meals, and commit to drinking Shakeology. So, you know, somebody shows that they're interested and you kind of want to gather some information before you respond to them and get in touch with them. This is a good way to really see where they're at, as far as, are they really ready to start this now, or are they kind of thinking about it but not so serious. You can kind of prioritize, you know, your conversations with them in follow-up. So that is that form. So that's another way that we utilize them as well. And here, or I think this is one that has responses. I kind of know this is one that was a template that I had used. But so this is what the response page for this would look like. Okay. So, and you could then again sort things by what you're looking for. If you wanted to really look at those who were ready to commit, you might sort by H and see the yeses or nos. Okay. So before I move into showing you how to actually create one of these forms, let me look at your pictures and see. Does anybody have any questions about this so far, any information I gave? Just unmute yourself if you do. Okay. All right, so I'm going to quickly show you how to create a form. If you're computer illiterate, then this will be helpful. If you're pretty savvy with the computer, then bear with us, because it's actually not really difficult to do. You're just going to go over here to new. Hold on, I got to open this back up. All right, and you're going to click on, hold on. Usually Forms is right up there. So you could go on to the more, usually the Google Forms is up here. So if it's not, just look over here for the Google Forms. Okay, so it's an untitled form up here. I'll just put BB on there just for a quick thing. Oh, one thing I forgot to tell you too, after the challenge group starts, I will make the form inactive, because you know how people kind of scroll through your posts, you know, days and days and days after you may have put a post, and all of a sudden you get a like. Well, sometimes that happens with the forms and you don't want to be missing somebody. So I'll show you how to turn your form on and off as well. But as you see here, this is where you would create a question. So I would just put, in this part here, I just put name. And here's the question type. You can make it multiple choice, like I had done before when I was asking them about their level of fitness. I put different levels there and had them choose from what I did. So that would be a multiple choice here. And then you'd give options, and you can keep adding options in there. Obviously, you're not going to make a choice on your name, but just to show you, I'm going to sit a couch potato. I'll put, oh, that didn't work. I click make another one. Oh, sorry, I hate leaving things. Wait. Okay. So, and so forth. So you could just keep adding pretty much as many as you want. If I want to make it a mandatory question, I'm going to put required. So that means they can't go on to the next question without answering this question. If I just want to leave it for them to answer their name, I'm just going to click text. If I wanted to, like before, I asked them to tell a little bit about their successes and failures with losing weight before, then I'd put paragraph text, and it gives a bigger spot. So you could just play around with this. This gives a lot of different options as far as how you want to ask your questions. So from here, say I make my form, I can see what it's going to look like by doing view live form. So this is pretty simple and basic, but that's what that would look like. And then there's the responses, change theme. That's if you want to pick. Why aren't they loading? Oh, if you over here, you want to just pick like a background, like I had that beach background before. You can choose different backgrounds just to make it look pretty and exciting. Now here's where you get to the kind of more important thing. Hold on, let me go back here. Edit questions. So if you want to share this form, so say you want to make a form that you want to put right on your Facebook page for people to fill out if they're interested, or you want to put it directly in your challenge group for people to put their statistics and stuff in there, or just to gather information from them, you'd come over to here to where it says send form, and you could do a couple of things. You can add their email addresses, and it will email them the link that they can just click on. Or you can come over here and copy and paste it. You can make a shorter URL. I don't know why it needs to be one way or the other, but some people like it short like that. Or you could do it the long way. So I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to go over to, well, we'll just go over to Facebook. You can all see my Facebook page. And pretty simply, you could just paste it. And paste it with whatever it is that you're, looking to give information about. Okay, now I don't know what we're doing, but so that's how I utilize Google and Google Forms. I think I covered pretty much everything with the forms, how to share it and everything. You could also, like one of my coaches and I, we were doing a challenge group together. And we shared the document amongst ourselves. So I shared with her the actual document that I had made, and we both were able to use it, and the response part, so that she and I could both look at the challengers that we were getting according to our posts. So that's what I have for Google. If you have a question, please feel free to just unmute yourself, and I'll see if I can help you. Oh, I'm going to turn the We'll stop sharing and turn the recording off.